This week on the show, things got a little bit complicated for Tog Chesterfield with a flock of juncos, all because of vegan jerky.
You're with Tog Chesterfield on 101.7 FM The Grack. I'm trying to pick up the pieces and fix up my life after I hit rock bottom, and I'm taking you along as I try new things and attempt to embrace life.
Unfuck your life with Tog Chesterfield.
Welcome to the show. Right now it's 5:02 p.m. I'll be with you here for your commute, or while you prepare your dinner, or while you wait to pick up your kid around the corner from their best friend's house because they're kinda embarrassed by your vehicle. I'm your uninvited guest for the evening. Or invited if you chose to dial into 101.7 FM, I guess. So tonight, I'll be letting all of you in on a little debacle I had with my latest foray into solopreneurship after I lost my job. I'm still making food in this one, but this time I'm making vegan jerky. But that debacle ended up getting myself a new roommate, so it wasn't so bad in the end. But how did it all start? Well, I've been going to bulk bins to save money on food, but my dinners had been getting a little bit boring, as I let you know about in an earlier show. So I was there looking at some of the vegan jerky they had at bulk bins, but it was pretty expensive because it was all surprisingly artisanal. Is it artisanal? Yeah, artisanal. Hey Dan, I'm wondering if we could maybe make a deal on this artichoke dandelion vegan jerky? If I maybe bought a lot of it, or if I did a bin wipe down or something?
Yeah, no bartering on the artichoke dandelion jerky.
How about some of the lavender gooseberry nutritional yeast vegan jerky? Or a wipe down?
Yeah, no bartering on the lavender gooseberry nutritional yeast jerky.
The sunchoke ginger and cardamom jerky? Or wipe down?
Yeah, no bartering on the sunchoke ginger and cardamom jerky.
It turns out that every flavor, there were 15 of them, I asked about all of them, they were all already at cost. So there was no bartering, and I didn't get to do a wipe down of the bins either. And Dan ended up putting up a sign that week since I wasn't the first one to try bartering at bulk bins for jerky. And some guy came in with a chamois every Wednesday to have a go at the bins in aisle 3 without asking at all. I didn't realize I'd walked into something kind of weird, and now I was part of the problem too. But I looked at the ingredients label, and it was all things I could get there at bulk bins, and I thought, well, why don't I try making this myself? Especially now that my sourdough incident was becoming old news. I really wanted to be, so creative as people do on the internet and give it my own spin, but I'd learnt my lesson on that with the sourdough, so I decided this time to be cautiously creative because I believe that being creative, it would really help with the depression that had set in once I hit rock bottom. I think that being creative can kind of be helpful if you're depressed. There isn't a whole lot of conclusive evidence that being depressed as a human makes you more creative. I mean, I looked because I was hoping maybe that would be true, but every time I try to be creative, the main thing is it makes me feel kind of good. Like doing something new with my hands and using my, kind of a damaged mind. It made me feel a bit better. It's like I could communicate with others without needing to think of the proper words to use when I wasn't feeling well. I didn't have to rely on my non-dependable mind to talk to other people, but I could still connect with people through the thing that I'd made. And that's kind of neat. something I wanted to try again to get myself out of rock bottom. So I set out to make my own Tog version of vegan jerky. But first, let's take a quick break. I'm Tog Chesterfield, here on 101.7 The Grack, and this is Unfuck Your Life with, Tog Chesterfield.
Unfuck Your Life with Tog Chesterfield.
The Daily Reconnect with deHaan. You might feel dissociated, isolated, or perhaps like you aren't really a part of the world. Whatever you're experiencing, together we will try to reconnect to the world and get motivated to make a difference again. Episodes will be released Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings every week when the podcast launches March 3rd. Subscribe to the Daily Reconnect wherever you find your podcasts from StereoForest.com.
Back to the show. So I figured out a fantastic recipe that I could make on my own and in my oven. And it didn't stink up anything while it was dehydrating in there. I used king oyster mushrooms. I used some vital wheat gluten. I used nutritional yeast, of course. I used sunflower seeds and just a bunch of good spices, including that cardamom. I liked the sound of that idea from bulk bins. But I needed a big old dehydrator to make it into my new job because, you got to make a lot of it if you're going to, do it as a business. And since I didn't have much of my own money anymore, it got mostly dried up again after the sourdough incident I told you about last week. I went to the Grackleton Classifieds online and looked up dehydrators there. And lo and behold, I found one that looked like somebody had made it themselves with their own hands, and they were giving it away for free. I just had to move it myself. Luckily, I still had my Ford Transit van with enough gas to make it to the seller's house and back. Actually, that seller is now my latest roommate, Joe Roost. You might remember Eaton from the last show. Well, they discovered that they were allergic to potato skin and had to move out. I just have too much of it in this place, I guess. But now Joe has taken over my old office, and Joe's really nice. And they showed me how to use the dehydrator and set it up in the kitchen, too. I made some test batches, and I started selling them at bulk bins and a coffee shop nearby, and people really seemed to like them. And I got reorders within the week, so I, started making it for real. But things quickly went downhill. You see, I was storing the big bags of sunflower seeds on my balcony, next to the scarecrow, Burl Booch. But you see, birds are smart, especially the local juncos, and the juncos and a few other types of birds, including grackles, of course, they all flocked to the balcony. They told each other, and more came, and all of them got into the sacks of seeds there. They flew right around Burl. Burl didn't work as a scarecrow at all, and they ate every single sack I had out there. And you see, the problem was the HOA president, Louis Pepperoni. Louis parks his custom-painted 1989 Toyota Supra, the same kind of car as the mayor because they're part of some super appreciation club. Well, he parks it outside my townhouse, and the birds, they got his Supra real good with their poop. So I ended up needing to write another apology letter to Louis. Dear Louis Pepperoni, I am sorry I attracted the junco birds who defecated upon your Toyota Supra's custom paint job. The car was very nice, as is your dog Pepperoni, Tog Chesterfield. I also had to write an apology letter to the Super Appreciation Club and read it at their annual summer picnic gathering. Yeah, now we have a quick statement from Tog Chesterfield, who joins our gathering in the... What the hell is that thing? 2009 Ford Transit Connect. Their 2009 Ford Transit Connect. Okay, Tog. Thank you. Dear East Grackleton chapter of the Toyota Supra Appreciation Club, Thank you for having me here today. I want to apologize to the Supra enthusiasts about the increase in the local junco population due to my improper
And
uncouth storage of sunflower seeds on my balcony. Supras are very nice. Tog Chesterfield. The Appreciation Club voted to disallow my new vegan jerky to be sold within Grackleton town limits in the best interest of the local Supra owners. And that made it into, Grackleton town law because the mayor is part of the club. Oh, it's time for the weather.
I'm driving in the car.
Tonight's weather for your drive at 5 with Unfuck Your Life is brought to you by Cora's Cup Coasters, the home of the most decorative and custom coasters for your favorite hot or cold beverages in Grackleton.
get ready for the weather.
Tonight, Grackleton is expecting a high-pressure system to arrive tonight, bringing with it abundantly cool and dry air. This means it's time for you to grab your chapstick and hydrate those lips of yours.
You just learned all about the weather.
And that's it for the weather on your drive at 5 from Cora's Coasters. Consider calling Cora's Coasters for your next custom Consider calling Cora's Coasters for your next custom cup coaster. Consider calling Cora's Coasters for your next custom cup coaster record. God damn it! Who wrote this? Consider calling Cora's Coasters for your next custom cup coaster requisition. Thank you.
Unfuck your life with Tog Chesterfield.
So my vegan jerky journey ended before it really began. I managed to get some first batches out before the birds took over my balcony and ruined Lewis's custom paint job. And the reviews were pretty good, indeed, for someone who is new to the vegan jerky biz, I think. I thought about taking things online maybe and shipping the jerky to people outside of town limits, but I was really looking for some local connection instead. Honestly, though, I was also looking for simplicity, slowing down. Our lives have really become so busy and disconnected. We're so stuck on our phones and getting things done and being busy, usually alone and really disconnected. And then if you want to sell something on the web like jerky, we need to be 5 different people. You're the jerky maker and the packager and the web builder and graphics and the social media-er. Oh, that part I know, that's what I did at apocalypse.cloud. And the payment gateways person and shipping and customer service and gosh knows what else. That's more than 5 things. And you're still pretty disconnected despite all of it. But I know Grackleton. I've lived here my whole life almost. And I know that even though Grackleton is small and we have our funny ways here, I know those funny ways. And I can understand them. And I can put up with them too. And I can put jerky right in people's hands. And I can tell them how it's made and who made it. And they know that it's made by someone here. That they might kind of know if I'm the one telling them, at least. It connects me to the place I live, though. The Supra Appreciation Club ended up coming over to clean Lewis's Supra from the junco poop, and then they came over and cleaned up my balcony and left me all the leftovers from the picnic because they knew that I needed some food. Community care and love might not happen all that often, but when it does, it sure makes a difference. And simplicity works pretty well in a world that's changing so rapidly in really confusing and scary ways. When I set out on the path to get out of such a bad place, this rock bottom, I knew it was a place I didn't want to be anymore. And I knew that I had to do this thing here with the people that I knew, in the place that I knew. Even if I felt sometimes like it maybe didn't have my back in its weird ways, I knew that I could trust myself to find a way and find people here in Grackleton to
Tog. It's Joe Roost of Dehydrator fame.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Joe.
Of course. Hey, hon. So I just got back with a few groceries to put in the fridge. I just saw that sign that I can have half the fridge. I was thinking of taking the back half of the fridge, and I just wanted to run that by you just in case, because I know it's probably not super anticipated, like probably not the first thing that you're thinking, right?
Oh, yeah. No, that's probably not what I I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You see, I'm a Jenga enthusiast, by the way. Do you think that you might want to do a round of that tonight? Well, you see, like, I'm a Jenga enthusiast, so, like, that's why I like the back half of the fridge.
Oh, okay.
The back half, yeah, because I can kind of, like, it helps, especially with, like, big items like a carton of oat milk or something.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, do you maybe want to do a round of Jenga tonight, you and me, after you're done your show here? Oh, wait, are you doing a show right now, hon? Am I on the air? Am I going to be famous?
Oh, yeah, actually, you are, Joe. You are on the air. You might be famous.
And do you want me to move all those potatoes? They're kind of in the way.
Oh, so yeah, I'll be down soon. I'll help. I'll move my stuff to the front half then.
Yeah. Okay, bye. Yeah, okay, I'll just close this here.
So that's it for this week's episode on the show here on 101.7 FM The Grack. Stay tuned for Lonnie's Lawn Report at 6 about the new grass height regulations that just passed Grackleton's Town Hall, because I heard that this report might get a little heated.
You have been listening to Unfuck Your Life with Tog Chesterfield, a StereoForest production. This episode was written, directed, edited, produced, and all voices were by deHaan. You can find all show notes and sign up to get notified about new episodes on StereoForest.com.